Good morning, staff members of Yeneta Academy. My name is Elfsiojos, and today I'm going to be talking about our project, and it's called Smart Recycling Bin. We will explore the innovative bin that focuses on sorting trashes. The problem with traditional recycling, it affects our society or our environment by contaminating and polluting our environment. It is designed to sort trashes to avoid the pollution in our community, and it is much better for our health. And sorting the trashes also helps making a greener environment. And robotics technology plays a crucial role in enabling efficient and a more accurate sorting of recycling materials. And it is also a lot more sustainable. And if we were to make this in real life, we would have improved some of the stuff. We would add covers, and we will make it look more appealing. And we will add a timer to hold the cover back for a little time, because many people will have trash and they will have to put it without worrying when they will close it or when they will open it. And this project aims to empower communities to actively participate in sustainable practices. So the whole goal of this project is to make a greener future. And the other idea of this project is to replace the trash bins around Ethiopia, because they're mostly painted green and blue, and people just put trash in there. Instead, we built a smart machine or a trash sorter to make it easier and a lot more sustainable for our environment. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ivana Nes. Today I'm going to be presenting about engineering design process. So engineering design process, or mostly known as EDP, is a structured iterative approach that engineers use to develop functional systems, products, or a solution to a problem. It's also a document with a transparent communication. So the first two steps of EDP are ask and imagine. Ask is all about asking what problem we have in our society, while imagine requires somebody or someone to imagine what their project would look like. And now I'm going to tell you how the two steps of EDP relates with our project here. So when we say ask, in our group we all ask, everyone will ask questions for what problems we have in our society, and then we chose the best and we chose the problems and choose one of them. And then the second one is imagine. So after asking questions, we imagined what our project would look like, maybe the structure of our project, or even what functions it will have. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yeneta, and now I'll be presenting the last three steps of EDP. So the first one is plan. Plan is all about deciding or describing what to be done using some materials, equipment, and tools. And now in this project, for example, we plan to make a trash separator which senses the trash and could separate it as recyclable and non-recyclable. And the next step is create. Create is all about building or making something to be done as a design which help us to find or to identify the problem and give solution for that. And the last step of EDP is improve. Improve is all about updating or analyzing what we create. So as a team, we faced some problems. One of our problems was the platform where we put the trash was not stable at first. So we tried to use some strong materials so that it could stable the trash trash in place. And the other problem we faced was the color sensor. It wasn't able to sense the color what we wanted to sense, so we tried to change its place. So thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for giving me this chance. My name is Zion, and today I'll be presenting about the problem and the solution. So the problem is the problem is the reason why we made this project, and the reason why we made it is because normally all around the world there are two types of trash bins. One is for the recyclable trash and one is for the non-recyclable trash. So people just put their trash carelessly in one bin regardless of whether it's recyclable or not. And that will add work to the people who are going to be separating the trash to recyclable and non-recyclable at the end. And so the solution we thought would be best for this problem was to make this prototype, and so that they can use it in our society to help the people. And the use of this is to separate the trash on its own, so we don't have to think whether it's recyclable or not recyclable. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Abigail, and today I'm going to be talking about the overall building process of our machine and the codes that we used. So as any other project, when we started building this, we had to first think of our base. And for our base, as you can see here, we used a yellow panel and a blue panel. And we had to keep in mind that our box needed to be rather wide, since we needed two other separate boxes inside it to separate it for us. So the other thing that we needed to do is separate the boxes. And for this, our first idea was to use the hub, the initial hub, but then we realized that it wouldn't be able to carry the platform, so we added another blue panel to carry the platform. So the platform was once, as Himda said, unstable, so we stabled it by using stronger materials and two motors to move it. Now these motors are coded so that they can move into one direction they can move according to the colors they see. So in this project, we used our Lego bricks to represent the trash. And so the red one represents recyclable and the blue one represents the non-recyclable. So when we tried to put the color sensor the same place we put the pressure sensor, but this still couldn't work because our color sensor wasn't as sensitive as we wanted it to be. So we had to put it on the platform itself, which is why we added this bricks for extra support for the trash. So other than that, we had to work with our lid, and our lid has two motors, since it is a rather big lid. So for this, we had to code our two motors to open and close at certain times when the pressure sensor was pressed. So as you can see, I'll be explaining the code now. And so the code, as every other code, it starts with when the program starts, so that our machine only activates when we tell it to activate. So then we put it into control, which is, so as you can see, we have the side panels over there. That's control. And in control, we put in forever, so that no matter how many times or how many users come to the machine, we wouldn't have to reset it every single time. So in forever, we put an if. So in if, we put the pressure sensor, so that only when the pressure sensor is pressed that our lid opens. So as you can see, we set movements. We set the movement of our two motors, which are F and D, to move up, and we also set the speed so that it wouldn't be too fast or too slow. So after we tell it to move up, you can see that we have a wait for the 3 seconds, and that is because the user needs time to place in their trash before the lid closes on them. So in real life, as Ilf said, that we had a plan for having a separate timer that the user themselves can set the timer for the lid. So we put another if, as you can see, which is for our color sensors, since our machine is mainly operated by our color sensor, we put in the color red to represent our brick, and we told it to move to a certain side when it sees the color red. So unless it sees the color red, it wouldn't be activated, and it wouldn't send it to either recyclable or non-recyclable. And we also did the same thing for blue, since we have two types of trash, which is recyclable and non-recyclable. So the overall idea for our project is to create a better environment, as Il said, and so as you can see, this is not really practical for in real life. And when we're in real life, we had other options. Instead of using one color sensor where it could only sense a certain color, we wanted to use highly elliptical sensors, just like the ones they use in factories and stuff like that. And so that way it would be faster, and we could use it at once for multiple occasions. So I'll now be demonstrating as a user. So when you first approach the machine, as I said, we press our pressure sensor, which opened the lid. Then we will put our trash on top of the color sensor. Then after it closes, it will send it to a certain side. Sorry. So we could. This will make it way easier for the user, since they're not really engaging much. And in real life, since we're going to close it up, it's not really going to affect the user, like smell and stuff will not escape. Thank you very much.